All right, good morning, everybody. Lots of exciting action today, potentially. I always like to say the word potentially. We'll have to see what goes on, but some potential things going on in the pre-market. So let's take a look here at futures. Obviously, lots of stuff going on this weekend. That lots of stuff has made the market go up. So now you can see, as if you guys have been following, I was showing you big kind of cup and handle on the daily on the market. Patterns don't lie, right? Told you guys watch and see if it breaks out. It's breaking out. I also said to you guys now, once it breaks out, you want to see if it's going to retest or if it's going to continue up. If it continues up, you got to watch for 3,000 resistance. Major psychological, huge number right here. Here's your kind of your rising wedge. There you go. Patterns, guys, right? So market's moving up. What's up, Laura? So again, breaks out. Now we're going to see if it's going to retest or continue up. 3,000 major psychological area. Again, if 3,000 rejects, then you watch and see if it reverses, comes back down and retests. All right? That's simple. Support, resistance, patterns, very, very important. Now, also, guys, I made a video. Make sure you check it out on our YouTube yesterday on Bitcoin. For those that love Bitcoin, I did a whole video showing this entire chart here. No surprise right now why Bitcoin is down right now. Doesn't mean it's not going to go up. Doesn't mean it won't continue up. I'm not saying it's going to fall or go up. I was just showing in the video. You can see these areas. You want to ideally, if you're to trade any stock, you want to buy small candles near support. When it gets to be big candles, it becomes very dangerous. Doesn't mean it won't go up. This thing could go and lift and go up to 20,000, or this thing can completely dump, right? So make sure you watch the video I did on Bitcoin on our YouTube video. It actually basically teaches you how to trade any stock if you really pay attention. Because these low floaters, penny stocks, all that stuff, they have a lot of charts like Bitcoin. So if you look at Bitcoin, you'll see the majority of penny stocks are pretty much like this. They pump and dump, pump and dump. Not saying Bitcoin won't continue up or break all-time highs. It may be forming a cup pattern. It may go up and break out, or it may go up and form a double top and fail. So you got to watch and see. All right, so that was with Bitcoin. I want to show you guys real quick this larger one with Best Buy. This has a beautiful looking inverse head and shoulders, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Kind of breaking, sneaking above that $70 marker right here. Now, you can see $71, very important resistance area. So at this point, you want to see when the market opens, see if you get a little bull flag or something kind of smaller right near the 9 EMA. If so, then you may look at a potential entry for a potential break of $71. Or you can wait and see if it breaks out of the inverse head and shoulders, retest at $71, and then decide if you're going to get an entry after the retest. So you can look at some other resistance right around in here, around that 73 bucks. So there's room to run if it can break out. Oops, not there. Down around here. Right around that 73 bucks. Let's see how that looks on the hourly. Yep. So you can see it's kind of got that inverse head and shoulders breakout on the hourly. So again, you want to buy at support levels. So if it opens, you want to buy near moving average line, see if it's a flag or a, a pattern, kind of ideally want to see like a flag, small candlestick for an anticipation of a break of 71. Or again, let it break out, watch it retest. All right, so let's look at OIH. This is kind of a little bit higher priced of a stock. And I had this one on the watch list, as you can see. Wanted to see if it can break and hold that $15. If that can hold $15, you can see it's up to $15.20 pre-market. We had the alert at $15.82. This one has a chance to move up between that $15.65 and maybe $16 area. So this is kind of a little bit higher priced of one I'm going to keep an eye on. See if it gets some volume and then has a cup and handle possible breakout. Next, let's look at the watch list again. So if you are new or just following us, come over here to our website. We post a day trading watch list every single day here and a swing trading watch list several times a week right up over in here. So we have a combination on our day trade watch list. If you look right over here, we do a combination of low to high float stocks between 30 cents and $20. We also post our swing trade watch list again right up here. And for those that want trade ideas, if you click this link or right underneath scanners under here, we post trade ideas, low float gappers every morning by 9:15. So here's our watch list going into this week right here. And you'll see trade ideas, stocks in the low floaters right over here. If you've been following me, you'll see that I like more of the medium to higher float stocks, the stuff that we put on the watch list. If you like the low floaters, come over here and look at trade ideas, gappers in the morning. We also share trade ideas scans live each day for those who are members. So again, if you notice what I've been teaching you guys, patterns, especially those intraday patterns on a 5-minute chart. If you don't like my style of trading on the 5-minute chart and you're like, that's too slow for you, again, I'll say it over and over again, just switch to a 1-minute chart and look for the same patterns. If I'm showing you bull flags on a 5-minute and that's too slow for you, go and look at bull flags on a 1-minute and it'll speed up the process. If you don't like the medium to higher float stocks because they're too slow for you, go to the low floaters, use our trade ideas, gappers and the scan we share each day, and look for the same bull flags on a 1-minute. Support and resistance, really it's still the same, guys. You're still looking for patterns. If you're trading the 1-minute and the low float setups, you got to be much quicker. If you trade the 5-minute setups, you're able to slow things down a bit. So ESV. So guys, that was one that I was showing. I'm going to put that back up over here. ESV. This is one that was a high float stock moving like a snail. But you see, I had this when I was talking about it on Friday. If you look at it, it creeped up, guys. Before I delete this, right? If you guys were watching, look what it's done. Go back and replay and look at our Twitter and everything I posted. I showed you guys this. I was doing it a play-by-play. Look what it did. If you guys were watching, we were calling it out down around here. Saying where to watch. What did it do? It went in this rising channel. It broke out. And now, obviously, $9, very important resistance level. You got to be very careful there. So if you missed an entry on this one, be very careful because it's overextended. $9, very important resistance level. Watch and see if it pulls back and flags before it takes off. Hope you guys are paying attention. Very, very important. Pay attention to our Twitter. Excuse me. Our Twitter and our Twitter's let me just move that up for you guys. Right up here, I'll show you. Kind of post this stuff on Twitter right here, Bullish Bears. Make sure you're following us. You'll see back over here, I was talking about ESV right over here on Friday, right? Showed you guys a symmetrical triangle. If you look at this picture right here, I was showing it right over in here, right? Symmetrical triangle. I said watch for a breakout. I had other charts I posted after this that showed, I think that as well, or before that. Or I was talking about it, actually. Right? See, it kind of kept readjusting. Oh, that's what I said. If it breaks 850 and holds, 872 resistance, right? Go back over to my chart. If it breaks and holds, breaks out of here and holds, watch for, voila, right there, 872 resistance. Now it's up 890. So if you guys were following this, again, don't take a trade just because we're showing it. You have to know support and resistance levels. If you're paying attention, this would have been a really nice trade you could have made. And if you got in at the break right over here, you know, to be safer when it broke and hold around 850, you know, 850 up to 890, that's a 40-cent move. If you sold at market open and took your 40-cent profit, not a bad deal, guys. All right, so next up, ACRX. This is kind of a lower priced, higher volume or higher float stock. You'll see I have an alert at or above 250. Want to see if this can continue up. If it does, watch for 290 resistance. So again, one of these ones, try to give you a little bit of so lower price one. It's got the potential to move 40 cents or more. You can see this rising channel here. So if this can move up, watch and see if it can kind of break out of this area and go, and watch for 290 resistance. Again, many of these won't have volume from our watch list pre-market. You want to see them get at least a few 100,000 volume when the market opens. So let these stocks run, see if they break out, and then you know, watch for the pullbacks, see if the patterns form, and then look for a potential entry. Oops. Next up, ACER. So ACER was one I put on the watch list because you can see there's kind of a kind of tweezer bottomish on the daily. Possible reversal if it can get above that 395-ish area, and I'd actually just put $4. Huge psychological resistance level, that whole dollar amount. If it can get above $4, this may have some chance to move. Again, need some volume. You're seeing, if you can see, and what I've been showing you guys, I'm trying to keep you guys away from the herd. If you're new, obviously you want to stay away from the herd and know how to trade first. If you know what you're doing and you like high float, you know, low float stocks, actually you can see low ACER is a low float stock. So this could either pump up or it can dump back down. But you have to know how to trade these patterns first before you start going and trading the low floaters. Very important. Next up we have APYX. Actually, I want to just remind myself to take a look at another stock here. Whoops, APYX. So you can see it's kind of got a rising channel here. Right below that $7 marker is resistance, kind of cup and handling, or you can see kind of a kind of falling wedge pattern here. Not doing really anything pre-market now. So this is one I would just kind of watch and see. This may continue up, or it may pull back, hold here in a flag before it continues up, or again, it could dump as well. So this is kind of like a mid-range stock that I put on just to see. This has the potential to go up towards $7. Not saying it will. This wick is a little bit crazy right now, so. Wait, are you guys saying my screen is blurry right now? David, Laura, is my screen good on your end? I know typical YouTube's a little bit grainier, but you should be able to see it pretty clear in general. CELH. This is one, kind of has an ascending triangle on a 5-minute. If it can break above 450, watch and see if this one will break out kind of that falling wedge-ish pattern. So I want to see if this can get really above that, kind of that 450 to 60 range. And if so, it's got some room up to $5 if it'll continue up. All right, cool. You guys all look good. David, you might want to reset or check your internet connection. All right, so next up, CERC. All right, so look at that. So this one caught some eyes. I showed on this one here double bottom. Watch for a possible double bottom break on the daily. $6 resistance. Look at it, went up to 650 pre-market, dump back down. So that's where you know, now at this point the pattern's kind of a mess, right? So I wanted to see, that's why these patterns matter, guys, right? Double bottom break. I had it right here as resistance. After right here, you can see the alert for 645. It's shooting up, but now that 6 and 650 resistance, now the pattern kind of sucks. So at this point, got to watch and see if it'll reverse, and just be aware of 6 and 650 resistance. All right, so CLVS. Look at that, kind of a big cut pattern. Look at that, broaching that 1520 resistance level right over here. And here we go, double bottom. If it can get above 1520, look at that 1576 as resistance. That's definitely one to keep an eye on. That's Clovis, CLVS. So, perfect example, kind of a big cup pattern on the 5-minute. If it can break and hold, watch for 1571 resistance. You can see patterns, kind of cup and handle, 1575. What else we got here? AMSC, kind of another one right here. If this can continue above that 928 level, it's got some room to run. Yep, it's got some room. Look at that, kind of flagging on the hourly. So see if it can get some volume and continue up. But this one's kind of a lower floater as well. So if this one can get above that 930s level, watch and see if the MAs will cross and move price up. And so lots of good ones, guys, to watch this week. If they don't run today, watch for, again, if this doesn't break above this 930 level, it might pull back a little bit. Maybe it'll pull back down here and form a flag before it goes and takes off. That would be a bull flag and then a possible cup and handle before it takes off. So if it doesn't break above here now, watch for it to pull back, see if it holds the moving average lines, creates a flag, and goes up. All right, ESV. This is the one I was showing you guys with $9 resistance. So that is that for now, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go for now, and you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep an eye on our Twitter for those of you that want to lurk for free. If you want to see play-by-play action, come and join our trade rooms. We have a 14-day trial below. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and happy trading. Enjoy.